there's more.
These are also from her garden in her farm. Mumbai. She brought these for you.
Yes. You loves them, huh? Oh. So we have to take off the bottom. We can give some of these. Can I give some to
Mooji, they're all yours. They're from your garden.
Oh.
Let's move to the side. We'll do that. And then.
Should I show off my dress?
One more turn.
One more time. Well, that's a first. That's the first. Oh, he's coming up? Wow.
It's very simple.
Look at that. Huh? Whoa. I can walk in this thing? Whoa. What's happening?
Maybe go higher.
Oh, there's a handle. There's Look at that. I was just going to give you one. I'm not going to give you one. I give you one on this one. Thank Oh, you all got, you already started handing them out already. Oh, you have one there? Oh, you have one there? Oh, you want this one? You want to exchange?
May I give you this one?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Where's the others? You all got roses. You're all roses.
You're returning the roses to the rose. The spring rose.
Jai Moojibaba ki Jai. One for me.
Give it back to me, and I give you one.
Oh, no. Thank you.
Mooji, can you call me to talk with you?
Huh?
Could you call me to speak with you?
Call you to speak. Prashad. Love you too.
We love to Moojibaba.
I love you, love you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Infinite grace.
Om. Namaste, welcome everyone to Satsang today. Welcome, welcome. And of course, big welcome to all who are joining via broadcasting. Wherever you are in the world, big welcome. Joining for today's Satsang. And may I start by saying that, as I have said earlier, for hundreds and hundreds of years, thousands even, human beings have been coming together just like this, in the mountain tops, in valleys, in cities, together to look together to discuss the true nature of the self, who we are, why are we here. And many of them came to realize the ultimate truth of the human experience. And they all left their bodies. And I said, now it is our turn. We are the living wave of the human experience. Again, coming together in places like this, Rishikesh amongst them, pilgrims, seekers of truth, have come to contemplate, to question, to share satsang, to discover who really am I. So blessed that if this urge for freedom in the way that has been explained and expressed is the pulse of your heart to discover, may you come to the full recognition of that which is timeless and be timelessly happy and free, to awaken to the unborn, the uncreated self. And so may it be that whoever meets you on the path of life, having found that which alone is the greatest discovery, may those who meet you on the path of life be so inspired by the power of your presence, your peace and joy and openness, your wisdom, loving kindness. May they be so touched, moved, inspired, that somehow they are compelled to search within themselves to find what they see in you and find lasting peace, eternal life. Let it be so. Let it be so. Hallelujah. Amen. Thank you. Can I speak with you? You. Don't turn around. You. Yes. You ready? You are ready to speak? Ah, it's okay.
Namaste, Mooji.
Namaste to you.
I haven't prepared a question.
You haven't.
But
it's good. Speak from your heart.
this reality, why it's coming and going for me?
First thing I tell you, reality does not come and go.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing to understand. Find out what is coming and going then. You say reality is, why does it come and go? What do you perceive it to be that you also perceive that it come and go? What do you think it is? This reality that you speak about, what you mean?
At that time, there is no judgments.
Yes.
But then there are times when there are strong judgments.
Yes.
So on this basis,
It's not coming from the same place. Judgments will not be coming from the same place. They're coming through the mind,
yes,
through persona, through personality, through the sense of personal identity. In this place, judgments will come. Fear will come also. Confusion will come.
yes,
Yeah, like this. They will come from there. It is not the same place. When you have come to that place which is totally free from quality and even from attributes, it will be clear to you that it is not a fluctuating state. It is not changing. It's not like this one day and like that another day. It does not come and it does not go. That has to be your proof, not merely a belief.
but there are several times when the state which you are saying
Yes.
was there.
Yes.
And even when my eyes were open, I was amazed how it can be. I mean,
Yes.
it was such a wonderful thing.
Yes.
It has been several times. I mean,
Yes.
but obviously it's
Is it just a feeling? Is it a feeling that you experienced?
no,
No, it's not a feeling. Is it a form that you saw?
no,
You see, no, it's not a form that you saw. Is it? Was it a belief that you had?
no,
No. Was it a mood?
no.
No.
Maybe mood.
A mood?
I'm not sure. Maybe mood.
Well, we can say about moods, they do come and go. And when a mood comes, you maybe feel very high, or also a mood. Sadness also is a kind of mood. You maybe feel sad or something.
Yes.
What would be the difference between what you experience, you call the reality, and a mood? What would be the difference between them?
In reality, there is no other.
There is no other. True. Okay. So if there is no other, that cannot go. A very subtle thing I've said. If there's no other, mean that it's here, and then other would mean that sometimes it's not here. So even that would be other also.
Yeah.
I give another example. We on earth, we experience sunrise and sunset. We write poetry about it. We see the sun rising up, we call midday, and then it goes down and then it disappears behind the horizon or something. But in reality, relative to the earth, the sun is not moving. It is the earth that is moving. When the earth moves this way, the sun is here, the earth is moving, it feels as though the sun is going down, like this. We don't feel the movement of the earth. We don't feel, oh, here we go down. No. We don't feel it. But, it is moving. It's the earth that is turning, and the sun is stationary. Then we say, the sun has gone. But the sun did not go. Somehow the earth turned away. It is not the best example, but it is an example. What has happened then, if the reality you speak about does not move, does not change? Sometimes I ask, does it have any limitation or any boundary?
At that time, it feels there is no boundary.
Only at that time. At that time meaning what? At that time of your experiencing of it.
Yes.
Yeah, it has no boundary. But at another time, other time.
That's other.
Yes. So we have to clear up this mistake then. There's something is there, no? That either the self seems to have gone, and many people should pay attention because they may feel they've had the same experience also. Once I was really there and everything was great, and then it went away. I went to sleep, I woke up and it was gone.
It's not possible.
Not possible, it's gone. So what has happened then?
I have become mind. I have get attached with.
It got attached to the mind. Mind is a great power inside us, but when it is functioning with identity, when the sense I in you, which is really represents consciousness, somehow gets attached to the body, believe it is the body, and then somehow it believes it is male or female, and the environmental conditioning come, then all these together appears to be a separate person.
It's not real.
You know?
Right now I'm feeling it.
Yes, yeah. So, there's a right now that always remain right now, and there's a right now that becomes there then, was. And
Because
mind
of my support.
Because?
Because of my support.
Okay, so you say when the mind energy come, then something seems to be attracted to it. Something goes to it, maybe by habit, maybe it is a reflex that as soon as the mind comes, something from the consciousness, I would call it the idea we have of who we are in memory, goes to that. It has a relationship with the mind. And when that happens, it becomes blind to what we before was calling the obvious. It is not aware of it. So you can only give your attention to one thing at a time, generally speaking. So when the attention goes to the mind, and the mind about thoughts and how you're feeling and what you're going to do today and so on, it's as though it eclipses experientially the self. We become blind to it. Could it be a bit like that?
If I imagine, it will happen.
If you imagine, it's a very good word. So which you imagine, the reality or the mind?
Mind.
Is it possible that while you're imagining mind, you know you're imagining mind? Because if you are able to recognize that, you will not experience that the self is gone. It will come that moment when the idea that the self leaves or comes back it seems so strange an idea. It is always here, not by belief also. And the only way it can be here always is when there's no sense of you and it. In fact, you are it. When that becomes the truth of you, then there'll be no longer remembering and forgetting it. How is that going to happen now? Well, we gave some excellent exercises and reminders that whatever you perceive, whether it is thought or sensation or object or whatever it may be, it is something appearing and disappearing. Everything is like that, including memory and our desires and attachments. They come and go on that screen of consciousness. You with me like this?
Yes.
They come and go, and that you cannot be what they are, because they arise and they also go. If you were what they are, when they go, you would also be gone. But something says, now they are gone. And you're right at the place to say, yes, they're gone. They're no more here. So you're none of those things that you perceive through the mind. Even feelings come. Even your favorite concepts, you cannot hold. They come and go. You see?
Yes.
Do you have to hold on to the self, the pure consciousness? Remember another pointer, nothing can be perceived, nothing can be said to be without consciousness. If there's no consciousness, can you even be existing? Can you be aware of yourself or aware of anything at all?
No.
Can anything exist without consciousness?
No.
These are very, very profound realizations. So, if the consciousness is the constant,
Yes.
then everything else is variable. Everything comes and goes.
Yes.
Now, you who are speaking, you are placed where? Are you that which come and go, or that which witnesses coming and going?
I am witnessing it.
Now you say you can only witness. Can you witness without consciousness?
No.
You witness that the self disappeared.
That's just idea, it's not real. No.
Are you clarifying that now?
Yes, yes.
Yes. It's good. Even to say there is no consciousness requires consciousness.
Consciousness.
Even to say, I don't exist, who is there to witness the non-existence of you?
I.
What happens when we are in deep sleep, he's asking. Maybe you ask this question from deep sleep. Why would you worry? Deep sleep is one of God's great gifts to us, because throughout the waking state, it is as though our attention and the mind is always in gear, always up to doing something, working in some way. Even if you are not physically moving, I've seen one man whose work he makes, he carves on the top of a matchstick. He is carving figures like an elephant with a rider holding umbrella on top of a matchstick. And he's working very hard every day. But if you see him, when they made the movie of him, he's like this. You cannot see the movement even. He's magnifying glass and he's moving. Is this man working? Yes. Intensely also. Intense concentration and work. You see? So this person is also working. At the end of work, he has to sleep, he has to rest. So, witnessing is a function of consciousness. Witnessing is a function of consciousness. Okay? Would you agree?
Yes.
Yeah, witnessing is a function of consciousness. Therefore, this functioning is also itself perceived. Even the act of witnessing also is also a functioning. There must be something which is not a functioning.
But this happens only when we wake up, not in deep sleep.
What happens only when we wake up? Actually, you need to come a bit closer, or come a bit closer, but I'll continue talking with you. Come, make your way. You come, yes. You continue. You are finished, or you feel?
I guess we are. It's my question arises because I was believer of thought.
You are believing in the thoughts.
Yes.
Yes.
Otherwise, the question even don't arise.
Yes. Let me ask you something. The believer in thoughts, is it a tangible entity that can be located? The believer. There is belief. There is belief in thoughts, no?
Yes.
Does it mean that there must be a believer also? That an entity believing?
No.
It's worth stop for a moment to look at that. If there is a belief in thought, does it mean that there's a believer of the thought? Or is belief simply a function?
It's more like a function.
A function that, a power that is inherent in consciousness. One is to believe, one is to perceive, one is to identify also. These are powers inherent in consciousness. When they come, then we record that that is our experience like that. Yeah. Where do we need to go now? You are what again? In the present light of our looking, you would be placed where? What is your position?
I'll be just the self. Not pursuing.
Is that a constant? Is there a you being the self?
No.
What is it then?
It is there.
It is here.
It is nothing, in a way. You can
Yes. Yes. You are clear about this?
Yes,
Is it a disappointing discovery?
it's wonderful.
Wonderful, yes. Why is it wonderful?
Because it gives such a joy. And
To whom?
Doesn't matter, everyone.
Yes, good. Yes. When mind energy arises and attention flows from the consciousness to mind, and then somehow lots of things, many things are out of focus. If I were to say, could you go to the room, I'm staying in here, and you go there please, and find my glasses, my spectacles or something, they should be on the table, and you go there, and then you come back with the spectacles, and I said, you know, what are the color of my curtains? You may say, wow, I didn't notice that at all. And did you see the carpet on the floor, was the patterns on the floor? Sorry, I didn't notice that. Because why? Your intention is to find something, and because of that focus, other things are not seen, isn't it?
Yes.
Like that. Okay.
Explanation is not required.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mooji.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Now you come.
Thank you. Thank you, Mooji.
Thank you.
In one of your video, you mentioned that when at 6:59 a person is sleeping, the awareness for that was still there.
Mm-hmm.
But at 7 a.m. something woke up, and the awareness came to life.
Yeah.
Something of
The
that.
dynamic consciousness.
Yes.
What we call the waking state.
Correct.
Appear, yes.
So there is some difference then in the waking state and then in the sleeping state, deep sleep state.
Yes, there are states.
In deep sleep, no one is aware, and nothing is there to be aware about.
Mm-hmm.
However, in the waking state, there are things, thoughts, emotions to be aware about, and there's another witness that witnesses that witnessing. So, I feel that witnessing is a type of doing in the first place, but in the waking state, one has to do the witnessing rather than witnessing happen.
It depends. If you have a strong sense of personal identity, it will arise within you desire for things, judgments against things, attachments to certain things, all these things will be more virile for you, more active. Because the person aspect of consciousness, person is also shaped out of consciousness, but the person mode is a very restricted, very limited, very much full of character and quality. So it's a very active functioning. The likes and the dislikes and so on. Rarely does it experience peace. If we could say the waking state is often filled, somehow the attention is always in gear. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, reverse, and very rarely neutral. Neutral means not particularly engaged with anything at all, you see? Now, you seem to be inferring that in the waking state, now all these things are happening, so that's the doing state, that's a doing state. But for others, some beings, having discovered that there's a reality beyond the person, the reactionary state, there's a deeper, a truer state, which is more peaceful. It's not about doing and getting and becoming and affirming and so on. It is very peaceful, very quiet place. In that state of consciousness, the sense of activity, doing, getting, losing, finding is very, very stable, very empty. So it's a different experience. So it doesn't mean that in the state of the dynamic consciousness, everything is under a certain law. You can go at higher, much more refined states of consciousness, and the experiencing will be different. In some people with a very strong identity, the consciousness is so active that there's rarely much space to consciously observe something. It's as though as the thoughts come, they become action, they're acted out. So if you can imagine such a life, it has very little peace, very little space to reflect or to contemplate. So there are variations within the mode of the waking state which become much more softened at a higher state even within the waking state of consciousness. Now you mentioned that in deep sleep there's nothing to see, nothing happening. Awareness is there, but it's not reporting about anything. So if you go into, say for instance, a room in which there's no light at all in there, the windows are closed, everything, maybe your first response is that, I can't see. I can't see. But it would really mean, I cannot see anything. Because we expect, eyes open, I am conscious, I should see something. And we forget that I cannot see, but you can see darkness. Sometimes we expect that seeing means to connect with the object of seeing, and then that means seeing. But if there's no objects, as in the deep sleep, actually, it means that the dynamic consciousness with the I identity is dormant there. Then some awareness is there, because also you may feel in the middle of the night you need to go to the bathroom to relieve yourself. You don't wet the bed, generally speaking. We don't wet the bed. So from deep sleep, maybe your neighbors next door are shouting the hell out of each other. They are shouting, but you are in perfect contentment, deep sleep. But if you need to go for a pee or something, something raises you up out of that to go and carry out that function. Consciousness doesn't want you to wet the bed. So what I'm saying is that there is some functioning. It's shut down it's almost like consciousness is in hibernating state, but it's still functioning, if needed be. Beyond this is what we call the state of pure awareness, which is an unchanging ground. When there's the functioning awareness, as in the waking state, the sense of I and you and they and others and so on are there, in this state there is not that. Not even I is there.
Sometimes when I listen to your videos, so it's a gradual process, and the way you point to things, there's a natural urge in the body to go to sleep.
Do you know why that is?
Yes,
Why?
because something is resisting your pointings.
Yes.
However, when you say in the same video that see that you are going to sleep, so there can only be one thing at a time, either sleeping or witnessing that the sleep is happening.
Yeah.
So that
That is
that
not
point,
quite correct, though, because when you are aware, as awareness itself, awareness is not a doing. You are aware in some way, but that's not a doing. You are self-aware. At the same time, you can also observe your functioning in the dynamic world of movement. You have a sense of yourself. There's a name that you go by that people call, and response comes through that name. Activities are performed through the body. All these things are taking place. All these things are taking place, and at the same time, in that space of awareness, it is happening. So, is that a duality? Is it a duality? You see, you are if some activity is to be done, consciousness or the pure awareness doesn't move over for that activity to come and be done. It happens inside that awareness itself. It is true, normally, when we are strongly identified with one thing as a person, you identify as a person, still you're doing other things. But we very often forget ourselves, actually, in the doing also. You know? But we think we remember that we are this person doing.
so the remembering of ourselves initially has to be a doing to give it a kickstart, so that someday it becomes a happening and not a doing. Just like
Actually, everything is a happening considered to be a doing.
our name, when it was given to us, people repeatedly used to call us with that name, so consciousness registered it as the name.
It was not able to recognize that name pertained to it. It later accepted the impression of a name. But initially, in that infant stage, when it's not developed to function in that way, it was just sound. Sound it was responding to, and the quality of the sound, whether the sound carried a warm vibration or a harsh vibration, it would respond in that very basic way. Later on, it could then coordinate certain sounds with certain meanings. When the consciousness was developing, the dynamic consciousness was maturing and being able to comprehend subtle concepts and so on, yes.
I'm not able to completely grasp it.
What do you want to find out? If, today is a good day because we have no planned satsang after this. So I would like you to tell me, if you had a choice, if you had one choice, one wish, would you need some time to go and think about it, or would it be already with you?
Already.
And that would be?
Just being whatever I do and wherever I go, just being there.
Isn't it so already, or?
Actually, it is so in reality. However, in the mind, it is getting perceived in a different way, which it's noticed,
Yeah.
but it doesn't have the power to,
So the mind being there is creating some influence, some impact
Yes.
on the way it, in a very subjective way. So the experience is not pure. It's distorted by perception and the coming in of the mind. And you would like what?
That that distortion is no more there, and
as long as the sense of the person is there, that person also carries many dormant impressions and tendencies. So those impressions and those tendencies will have some influence on the way that your thought activity is impacting on the consciousness you are.
yes.
How to get out of that? Well, if you really understood, you may begin to recognize that personhood is a limited state of consciousness, and that it is a subjective functioning, meaning that it may feel like a fact to you what you're experiencing, but others are experiencing maybe the same thing in a very different way. So we cannot call it that yours is a fact. Yesterday, I said it is true that what you are experiencing is what you are experiencing. Or how you feel is how you feel. It is true. But it is not true that how you are feeling or thinking is truth. You see? So, can there be anything at the subjective level that we can all agree upon that is truth? Meaning that if it is truth, meaning that it's truth for everybody. Is there anything like that?
No.
No. When you go to bed, you are sleeping, you have a dream, very, very powerful dream, but even the person sleeping next to you, could be your wife or whatever, no? You are not able to invite them to experience your dream the way you are experiencing it. Even if there should come a time when we could plug in some kind of technology and we could see the same images, you will still not interpret them the same way. It's a very unique experience. I would put it further then that even your waking state experience is a very unique experiencing. We have some symbols for things, so we have a common reference for them. But the way in which we experience them, that is very unique. And so therefore you cannot call it a fact. You can say it is a fact that it feels like that, the experience. But you cannot say that it's a fact that my experience is truth.
So we should keep discarding everything we perceive as a fact till the time we are.
That would be good, if that inclination is in you. I could not tell people you must do this, do this, do this. They don't want to. We want to fantasize and we want to imagine. We enjoy that play of imagining and trying to fulfill our projections and so on. It is a big game in the human world. You see? So you cannot tell people to do that. They must themselves have come to a certain level of ripeness and attractiveness for that, or to have suffered enough from the mind inconsistencies to then that will trigger an aspiration for a higher state of functioning.
So all this is for the realization of the greater self, all the experiencing, all the questions, all the...
Well, yeah, I would put it like that, but I would not put it publicly like that. You see, I would say that this is the highest opportunity for the highest elevation of consciousness in the human kingdom, yes. To reach that place, because that is the only place of pure consciousness when there are no variations. Now, that may not sound very appealing, because something in being a person is being protected. The privacy of being personal. You see, we love that. We love to create our own version of the world also. We are not ready as yet because the only way that humanity, for instance, can really appreciate humanity in the way that it is in the God sense is to be free from the impulse of personhood and to wake up to one's original nature as pure consciousness. Then alone is love even, universal, all-encompassing. There alone is undisturbed peace. There alone is unbroken happiness. There alone is unity of life. And I don't necessarily feel that that is the impetus, if that is really the pulling power for people to wake up to the self, maybe for a few. Some people are driven to search for this path because the personhood state becomes unbearable.
So it has to be unbearable in the first place to...
It may not come to that height of unbearability, but it becomes for some people disappointing and unreliable. That could be a sufficient trigger for them. For others, it's like delusion, pain, something they are looking at the world. Like the Buddha, it said, no, that the moment he looked and was allowed to see the world as it normally is for most people, generally meaning that people get old, they get sick, they die, and he was prevented from seeing that, as in accordance to his history, like as we know. He was protected from seeing death and what was considered to be ugly and painful and disease. He was always shown things that was felt to be fresh and beautiful and so on. But the day that he went out from the palace and the protection of his protectors, he saw people old, sick, dying, he saw violence, he saw all these things, and it deeply troubled him. And he said, but this is not right, it cannot be. There must be a solution for this. He was thinking like that. So until something really kicks in to show that, whoa, this is not acceptable for me. And very often it will come. It's a mixed bag. We enjoy, we're addicted to experiencing actually. Once we put on this garment of personhood, we're addicted to experiencing, but we are not addicted to the way experiencing is always so diverse. Some things seem beautiful, some things ugly, like that. And if we could, we would choose all the nice bits and leave all the bad bits. But it is good that the experiencing includes everything, because we need everything, because this variation provides the necessary friction to cause wisdom to develop inside and discernment to be much more acute, no? Yes. So what you will see in someone who is awaking to the truth is a being who is much more happy, more rounded, more open, you see, without being naive. Sometimes we think innocence and naivety goes together. But there's an innocence that is very wise also, and very powerful in that way. I would say that when we meet beings whose fragrance exude those qualities, no? We are naturally attracted, and it touches on something very, very deep within us that recognizes this and gives us the chance to say, yes, I know this, I know this.
This is familiar.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, it will not come through shouting. And I want to tell you something also, if I can, because it's coming to the last day, I'm used to this, people start to panic a little bit. And no, I just want to say, because it feels like then sometimes, we start to ask kind of things that are not flowing. So I have a faith in you that in the time that we have been sitting together and looking, come back to that place which is stable in you, because it is there. Don't go with the mind that wants to say, oh, I'm not going to get a chance to ask my question, and because at a certain point, when you go beyond the questioning mind, Sometimes the questioning mind is just buying time and hiding the reality that you are, you see. And it's posing a spiritual question, but sometimes just buying time. So let's settle down and honor that which you have seen. Because otherwise, your mind is always going to keep putting questions. And yes. Let me hear what you have to say up there. Come on then, because no, you wanted the blue shirt. Okay. Is that why more people are wearing blue these days? I don't know. That's what it is. Huh?
Namaskaram.
Namaskar.
The question is about compassion.
Okay.
So people who are in that state, and it's beautiful. It's like, wow, how can I, I see that they're living not for themselves, and it's good not only for others, but for themselves as well. They're shining, although they forget themselves, but they're still shining. And all my life, I was thinking only about myself, you know. Of course, I support my parents. I love them a lot, but all other people's it's not that I hate them, but if I see a dog, it's easy for me to feed him. Yeah, I feel that. Here you go. But when I see people how you that in English, begging,
begging.
I don't feel that compassion that I feel for a dog or a cow.
Yes.
Babaji, tell me please, how can I get to that state so I feel compassion towards people?
Yes. It's a very good question. Compassion must come with wisdom also. Compassion will come with wisdom. Every virtuous deed will have some wisdom also, because and it is very important that we develop that discernment also, you see, because yes, sometimes you just want to give, but give is not necessarily good. Sometimes you give to people who are much more you are conditioned to identify them as worthy. You see, sometimes we are conditioned to look on a character of someone and think, this one needs help. And another one, maybe dressed more smartly, who could also need help, you will not know. You say, they look like they're okay. And these are not reliable signs of one who needs help. You say you give to the animals, because they are not likely to be begging you. Even a dog who is hungry, he's not looking and going, give me some food. He's not doing that. You may just see. You can see also a state that this dog looks very undernourished and uncared for. And so that arises from you very naturally to go there. But also human beings can be tricky also. And so there is something in that, because also it comes back to your own self. You may feel that if you gave to one and not to another one, then somehow you are not being fair or something. Some people, they will only do this because of what they feel intuitively. They want to give, and sometimes to somebody who has no outer signs that most people would think this person in need. So there are beings who are intuited, or they may even have a voice inside and says, go and give this person. Some people have a relationship in spirit that can be, who are told, do this thing, or go and knock on this door even. When the person comes, tell them that everything is going to be fine in another day. And they go, they have the faith, and it says, bang, 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 says, yes, can I help you? I just want to tell you, I know that you are having difficulties today, but God sent me to tell you tomorrow everything is fine. And they believe, and it turned out fine. What would you call that also? And then, of course, each one have their own way. You say you have an affinity for the animals, you see that as well. But you like to feel that for all people. For people, you need to exercise more discernment. Not in a tight way, we can relax also, and trust, I was going to say trust your feelings, but our feelings are not always trustworthy. Sometimes people like to say, but it is my intuition. But also your intuition is not necessarily clean unless you have elevated in your consciousness. So there are different factors that will contribute to how, now we're getting like beyond giving now. If you follow what I'm saying, I'm going broader than giving, in giving like this. As you become more conscious of yourself, you are giving even without giving also. So where do we go with this? We can keep it simple. You said I'd like to be more compassionate towards people. Some years ago, one of the people who were coming, a young man who was coming to see me, he came one day and said, Babaji, I met this girl, and she is an amazing person. She loves everyone in the world. I said, yes? He says, yes, can I bring her to meet you? I said, yeah, okay. So he brought this girl, and then this girl, he told me, she loves everyone, and all she wants to do is travel around the world showing people love. Okay? Sounds great. But when she came and I met her, I saw also there's a lot of naivety in her, that she feels she could just go around and just hug people. Well, many people don't want to be hugged. You see? And then you might say, oh, they're not open to love. I said, no, you're very naive. You cannot do that. In fact, I want to see what happens if you go downtown in Brixton and do that. Because it's not going to go the same as maybe if you are in another place where people, hugs, maybe it won't go. So it takes a certain maturity. This was a very naive idea about love, that love means going around hugging people. And sometimes it is not that. Love is infinitely broader than that, but can include that if it is necessary. So the best advice I would say is continue in your own journey of self-discovery, because that will be the best informing service. It will not go this one and no, not that one, and so on. You will just be moving in your natural way. Can I tell you a little story, a little bit?
Sure.
We like stories? I was just telling it the other day because it came up like that, and it seemed like not a bad moment to share it. In a certain town, there was a man, a businessman, rich businessman. Let's call him Mr. Big, okay, Mr. Biggie. He also was a man of faith also. So he was someone who would go and give to charities. Whatever he feel was something deserving of support, he would give to them something. So one night he went to sleep, and in his sleep he had a dream. God came to him and says, Biggie, I love you. You are one of my children. I love you. You're a very kind person, very generous person. But I notice you only give to deserving cases, okay? To who you feel are deserving of your giving. I give to all beings, but I give them in accordance to their needs. Then, ping, God is gone. He wakes up in the morning and he's full of excitement. He went to his chauffeur and he says, what's chauffeur name? No, Jeeves. Okay, Jeeves. He said, Jeeves, you cannot believe what happened to me. God came to me last night. He came to me directly. And he said to me that, Mr. Big, you are a very, very kind person, but you only seem to give people who you think is deserving of your help. And so I feel like God is telling me I should be much more generous and not be so judgmental of things. So the Jeeves listens and says, yes, sir, that's amazing that God comes to you. He said, yes. He says, I have a great idea today. I want to go and give some money to the most undeserving person. So he said, yes, sir? Yes, let's get dressed. And they got dressed and they drove down to the bank and they took out a large sum of money, 100,000 euro in a suitcase. And then he said, take me into the town. So they're driving around and they're stopping and asking people, where will I find the most undeserving people in the town? So somebody told them, there is one little place down there, a little place near the park, where all these, dropouts, they hang out down there. You're going to find the person you're looking for. So they drove down to this place and parked the car, and Jeeves came out holding the suitcase. Mr. Big is standing there with him. He says, hello, and all these guys are hanging out. And he says, hello, can I have your attention, please? See? He said, this is Mr. Big, and today he's got a great offer. He's willing to offer 100,000 euro to the laziest person, the most undeserving person here. So, will the most lazy, undeserving person step forward and take this money? Everybody is... So he said, oh my God, what is this? This is, did they think it's a joke maybe? Show them the money. So Jeeves, hello, look, you see, real money, okay? Mr. Big will give to the most undeserving, the most lazy person here. Just come and take it. So they all So they saw one guy, he was leaning on the bench, like that, and one guy say, go to him. So they went over to him and they says, I've come to you now, you've heard what I say, Mr. Big wants to offer you are the laziest person here, 100,000 euros. Will you accept it? He says, okay, but only if you put it in my pocket. He said, I will accept it, but you have to put it in my pocket. So, of course, Mr. Big then realized, no, this is not what God meant. No, this is far, this is not good. And they put the money away, got back in the car, he drove away. And then he spoke with his chauffeur and said, yes, I'm very much learned something today, that it didn't mean the most undeserving in that way. Just anyone who I feel in my heart to help them with God's grace and guidance, this person I must find. So you cannot just be generous to everybody like that. It sounds nice, but it is not. People take advantage of you also. They'll definitely take advantage. And some of the people who may come may look so desperate, you want to take off the clothes off your back to give to them. So I'm not speaking specifically against anyone like that. I'm just saying all this is to somehow develop greater insight, greater discernment, and still have this heart which is generous but wise at the same time, you see. Wise. You don't have to interview anybody. Sometimes also you spend bit of time with people, then you come to see more firsthand what is required rather than just giving, you see. Sometimes I did. It's a very broad subject, I don't want to be too specific about it. Just to take out maybe a certain naivety that feels that you just go and just, Look, it can be fine one day if you have a lot of money to jump into a small plane, fly over someplace and just scatter money. I mean, I think that's great if you feel like that. It may be a bit different when you're on the ground and, there's something about an interaction, and it's something about elevating in consciousness also, not just But you see, I'm saying, I'm watching myself say this, and not just, it's all fine also. What is not fine is to give too much importance to it. Don't get stuck into only compassion. Compassion is very broad also. It may not only be limited to giving things. It can be to give your time and to give your attention, to give your support, to give encouragement, all different things. It's not just to money or something like that.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Namaskar.
Namaskar, namaskar.
Babaji, I'm sorry for yelling.
Thank you.
My name is Baljit Saini, and I'm from Los Angeles, California. I have 1,000,001 spiritual questions about the past, about the future, but in the present moment, I can only think of one question. And I wish to take a selfie with you, if you allow.
Is that the question?
Yes.
You want to take a selfie with me?
Yes.
That's the question.
Yes, because it's going to be, it's going to help me a lot in my future.
How? I love the boldness of the question. How is it going to help you?
I have transitioned from engineering corporate world into the healing world, and so far I'm seeing synchronicities happening because I'm more on a circadian rhythm, being natural, and a lot of interesting things are happening to me. It's putting me closer to more and more conscious, aware, higher elevated people. And so I thought I'd take the opportunity to ask you if you could take a selfie with me.
Okay. Later. Later we can do. I'm surprised you say, I'm sure you're exaggerating, you have millions of questions on one side and millions of questions. That's not healthy.
Right.
Yeah, that's not healthy. You know?
I can ask one question if you'd like.
I may not answer it, but it depends. If I'm touched by it, then yes, go on.
Okay. Does free will exist, or is our destiny predetermined?
That is quite. You really want to know that?
Yes.
You have some limited play of free will. You have limited play of free will. You have the freedom to desire anything you want, but you don't have the freedom to get it. You have the freedom to dream whatever you want to dream, but you don't have the freedom or the power to make your dream come true in the way you imagine. So when the play of life opened up, and it is all these myriads of beings, each of them, not just human beings, also a fly, a mosquito, a bird, everything, they have a certain amount of will because they have a sense of individuality. Individuality is not the highest expression of consciousness. But once we have the sense of individuality, must come also a certain amount of autonomy, a sense of free will to go and move. So we are not really robots in that sense. There's some thought, feeling, some intuition, like that. So I would say that some free will is given. You don't have you may have the will to think what you want to think and use your mind in certain ways, but the free will to say, you don't have the power to make someone love you, for instance. You don't have that will or that power. You may have the will to say, I will that they do, but you don't have the power to make them do that, unless you're going to do some strange things or something like that.
I've been thinking, from the atomic level, atoms are, they're predetermined to do what they're doing. And then so are molecules, so are cells. And then if you go to the bigger picture, we're in our mother's womb for 9 months without any free will. And then when we're being raised by our parents. The solar system doesn't have free will either. So because of all of these, the small quantum to the large, if they don't have free will, is it our consciousness that allows us to have that small amount of free will and be able to make choices?
The experience and the expression of that is there. It's not merely a mechanical functioning. The sense of, the spirit of consciousness, the spirit of that, it is expressed and experienced like that. Also, because we have the ability to experience things subjectively, meaning that you cannot experience the thing for what it is. As I say, the meaning of anything does not exist in the thing itself, but in the mind of the one who is perceiving it. So therefore, for someone this may be beautiful, another one it might be bad luck. It can be anything depending upon your conditioning. You see, like that. So all this is so much, some people, free will, when you have strong personal identity, is highly valued, highly venerated, but highly overrated for someone who is in the heart and simply seeing that life takes care of life at the level of their perception. You see?
Yes.
That doesn't mean that I don't do anything in life has to do it. No, it means that the life moves also in urges within me, and I may call it intuition or feeling or something, and also it feels that flowing, like one is flowing within life and is in harmony with it, rather than try to, fight against it. But even so great is the great harmony that even the play of disharmony becomes part of the great harmony. This is what I mean.
Yes, that brings me to the next question. This is the last question. So, does this mean that smaller paths in our life have to lead to a major destination? Like, are the major destinations always going to be there? The major destination.
What would be a major destination?
Like what our destiny is.
A destiny cannot be something fixed, because you come to a point in the mind. You may say, "My destiny is to become something like this," but when you've reached that level in which you say, "Yes, I've reached that," it cannot stay like that, because this is a dynamic world. So things begin to change here, depending upon the broadness of your wisdom and your acceptance, then you may be broad enough to accept the changes. If you meet someone, you fall in love, you have a relationship, after a certain time, it's not the relationship you started with. It is growing, each one is growing and developing. Is your love wide enough to accommodate the different changes that are happening? So there isn't a destination as a fixed thing. We speak about the creation of the world, but I would rather feel more like it's the creating. It's unendingly creating. It's a living thing. It's always on the move, always generating new shapes and forms.
Okay, thank you, Babaji.
Yeah, did it make?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Okay,
yes,
good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll see you afterwards for the selfie.
Okay. Is that a photograph of the self? Okay, can I speak with you for a moment, this one here? Yeah.
Namaste, Mooji.
Namaste.
Actually, I wrote it down because some of the words are spoken by you.
It's fine.
You say absolute awareness is not this, not that, also not creating. You also say there cannot be you and God. When you talk to Papaji, that this realization came true.
Yes, he said that.
You be one, zero. You also said one but not equal. Then who is creating?
At the most basic level, we create using hand, mind, body, creating, making things. At the highest level, which continues also, creating a total spontaneous thing. As it said, like in the Bible, God said, be, and everything became. Like this. I don't know if you can grasp that. But it's not that there is something actually putting the things together. You can say it's self-generating, but the original cause, everything arises out of the self, the pure self.
You see, I asked this question because I was reading the Bhagavad Gita as it is. There are three sort of forms of awakening are described as in Brahman realization, Paramatma realization, and Krishna consciousness. How I understand it from here, listening to you, you speak about the Brahman realization, which is impersonal awareness, and you put this as and the absolute truth in that, and you put this as the highest. And yes, I want to eagerly engage this life in realizing the highest. And in Bhagavad Gita, as it is described that the Krishna consciousness realization is the highest.
You mentioned Bhagavad Gita and you mentioned a title, As It Is, which is from the perspective of their Guru, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, isn't it?
Yes.
From the Krishna consciousness movement.
Yes.
It is also a perspective, a way of saying, because these are not tangible physical things that you can say this and put like that. Okay? We can perceive, because the reality is not a thing that can be studied like under microscope, like this. So various sages, also the sages in their way that they express differently also.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no such thing if you are saying, yes, but I want to go to the highest, it will still be maybe in your mind a certain concept about the highest also.
Mm.
So I am not so interested in those concepts.
Yes.
I would be interested only in those concepts which are practical and which each step you take genuinely will lead you to another genuine step. But you cannot start off and kind of work out what the top of a mountain look like from the bottom.
Mm.
So I would just not so much feel for that to say we are speaking about absolutes, but from the place of the relative.
Yeah.
It is not possible to conceive in such a way that would be meaningful and practical for you.
Mm-hmm.
You see, there are also concepts. The teacher who went to the West and expound Bhagavad Gita with the flavor of Krishna consciousness, put a particular way of looking in the same way that, say, Christianity has a particular way of seeing Christ. You see? So we don't have to argue with that. Let each one find the path which feels from the heart the most compatible with your energy, rather than to feel from your head.
Yes. There is a practicality in my question, which is that I notice I follow your guidance and come to this stage of seeing as awareness, but there comes a fear of totally absorbing.
Or being absorbed.
Yes, because of this setting that the way of Krishna consciousness is to maintain the individual soul nature and relate to loving service to the Lord.
Yes.
Then who is there to serve when I...
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, if the reality alone is, if the ultimate truth would be, the reality alone exists without a second to it. So even the one who is serving it in truth will be, in the true seeker, the true devotee also, either is of two categories. One is that, let me be your eternal servant, okay? Or absorb me in you, because who am I to serve you? Mm-hmm. Either let me remain as your eternal servant, or absorb me in you. Which is the greatest?
Is there...
It is connected to what you say before. You mentioned something I say. One, not equal to, but one with. Equal to implies two things, one being equal with another thing. One with means a harmony, in my terminology used in that context. Mm. Sometimes people say, I want to be close to you. I say, why be close when you can be one? So some people feel, oh, It's true, maybe, I don't want to be one, I like being two. I want to taste the honey, I don't want to be the honey. You see? I want to taste the honey. So as long as we retain the one who wants to experience something else, that is a duality. I want to taste the honey. I don't want to be the honey. I say in the ultimate realization, you taste the honey and you are the honey also.
Is it, do you regard it as possible to merge and still, if one
Actually,
to come back to
in
this
reality,
certainty?
there is not even any merging.
Yes.
In reality,
Yeah.
there is not really any merging. It's only from the ignorant position, where ignorance is given up, is swept away, one finds one is. Not even that you became, in fact.
Yes.
We have been becoming for quite a long time, but one is. That's the difference. Becoming can be endless becomings.
I see. And yet you speak of these two kind of things. And I wonder
What are the two things?
the position of oneness and the position of let me be your servant.
Yes.
Is it possible to once the oneness is fully realized and absorbed, so to say, that you can still come to this position of let me be your servitor?
Yes. A good one. Okay. I would put it at the highest, if you want to say that, no? The purest, simplest, is that perfection which is indivisible. It always is. For me, that is not a belief. It is just what is, no? And we speak of Nirguna Brahman, meaning the pure, attributeless, perfect awareness, self. We put like that. And we speak somehow of Saguna Brahman, which is that the manifestation of Brahman as time and change and multiplicity and the sense of I and you and all of this, the dynamic world of experiencing the sense of otherness. And that very much is a duality because they cannot be experienced without duality. You cannot know that something is hot unless you know a measure of something cold. Then you can have a sense of that kind of measurement. So in the world of the mind, this is the realm of the mind where there's these diverse changes and also changes created also through thought and changes depending upon one's subjective way of perceiving, upon maturity. Nothing is stable, everything is fluctuating. But that fluctuation is also interpreted or perceived from something which is not fluctuating. As you come to see this, you will see the perfectness of it. That in the dynamic world where there's a sense of growth, and I can say that perhaps the real game or play of this world is transcending, meaning transcending, evolving, growing. To where are we going with growth? If we are evolving, what is the goal of evolving? To what point will we evolve? See, some may say you evolve back into total emptiness. But another one might feel totally afraid of this and say, emptiness is like nothing, like no existence. Another one will say, no, It is the womb of existence. It is that which gives existence to existence, but another one cannot comprehend. So depending upon the temperament, also that one may be drawn more to be in service to. And being in service to is another way of transcending the influence of ego. If we want to use one term that was one important thing about all of this, the important thing is to escape from ego. Whether it is through devotion and love, or through karma yoga of selfless service to all beings, or through Gyan yoga of wisdom and introspection, much of what you have heard here, although everything for me is all the same for me. And then the point is to transcend the influence of ego, which limits the limitless, so to speak. You may say, why can limit something which is limitless? In the dream it is like that. Some say that all of this world of innumerable forms, names and beings dying and living and heaven and hell and all of this is God's dream or play. To say that, some say that from speculation, from scriptures, some say from direct experience also. That whatever is tangible, whatever has a name and form, is in a process of change. Whatever is born will die, whatever appear, disappear. Unending stream of this traffic of the manifest world. That cannot be said of the ultimate consciousness. It is stable, and it is what oneself is. And it's not that I'm going to try and find a stable so that I can always be stable. It's not like that at all. In this is the source of joy. In the world, we have reflected joy. You want an object to love, but the love is coming from you also, reflected in your projection and retasted back in yourself also. But each thing carries that quality, inner quality and potential for love and for discernment, aspiration, evolution, all of these things.
See. One more question? Actually, two.
Is it okay? Let me try. If I may not answer it, go on.
Okay.
Okay.
One is in the Hare Krishna movement. They speak of when you speak of everything. It must also include supreme personality of Godhead and a supreme form. Yeah. What is your position in this? How do you relate?
There's a section in Bhagavad Gita when, having expounded so much of wisdom to Arjuna, having taken that time, remember they're on the battlefield facing each other. I'm using this expression because there are many pictures in that version of Bhagavad Gita, which is called As It Is by Swami Prabhupada. No? There's a picture there of Lord Krishna as the charioteer of Arjuna. And having this discourse, talking to him about the true nature of the self, having done that so beautifully and lovingly, Arjuna asked Krishna, one more thing, can you reveal your divine form? Now, I think this must be one place where the Lord must have felt a little disappointed. You want to see my divine form, but I'm the formless one, appearing with form. Then what did he say to Arjuna? He says, very well, you are my devotee, so therefore, see in me all that you desire to see. Not all that I am. See in me that which you long to see. So then, of course, he had the vision of, no form is permanent, even the forms of God. It will appear to each one according to their own subjective functioning. And it's good that it can appear different to each person, because that difference would still be superficial. You understand? If some places you see a picture of Jesus, blue-eyed person, another one he's got afro, another one he's got something else, another one like this, and the Chinese Jesus, you have a different Jesus. Which is the right Jesus? Would you step forward, please? Well, the one who is in your heart is the right one.
Yes.
The one who is in the heart. And there'll be people sometimes trying to discuss where is the exact place of the sepulchre, exactly here. Somebody says, no, it's here. And say, no, it's here. And they argue because also God made it like that for those who love to argue. Like that. But where is the right place for the sepulchre? Where it is inside your heart. And the others are just superficial. The people who believe in something called accuracy. It is accurately here. So if you worship God accurately there, and he says, well, I'm actually here. And he says, I'm not going to accept your worship because you don't see that I'm actually here. So very subjective, and subjective is the way in which we perceive and experience. The mistake is that each one feels that they are presenting something that is solid and objective and ultimate. You cannot find the absolute in the realm of the relative. It is there, but not with that mindset you will not see.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My other question was a request. My girlfriend has a life-threatening question to her, and it's open if you would love to hear.
I'm going to take one more question from here. And it needs... Oh, you see woman and man. I don't see that. Okay, you're standing in line, you can come, yeah. Yes.
Pranam Babaji.
Okay.
Thank you so much for all the grace and all the pointings. It's been wonderful to stay in an atmosphere with just marinating in the pointings and to have a Sangha that support it.
Yes.
It's really beautiful because awakening experiences have come and gone, but I noticed that a Sangha is really important to just hold space for that to happen, because otherwise the busyness of life just takes over.
May I ask, what is an awakening experience which comes and goes?
Yes. So the experiences that I'm talking about are, there is an I amness that, so there was a surge of energy that was experienced several times through the pointings, and there was a sense that I just am. And within that, of course, the mind came back and all of that. However, after the invitation, every day, what happens is there's a very non-phenomenal, non-energy related space of just existing.
Yeah.
And I just had that question that this and the energy surge experiences, are they one?
Could you say again the last?
The energy surge, the I amness that we experience when there is an energy surge, because I think it could be phenomenal.
The I am that you say you experience, if your words are correct, then the I am is an experience also. Then there must be something more subtle than I am.
Yes.
You see? If you say that, is the energy surge, which can happen in the body, powerful surge of energy, also perceived, has a starting point, had an ending point. The sense of the I amness itself also is perceived also. So there must be a subtler place in which the sense I am also emerges and is perceived. Then what is that? That would be the most important one. No? And words maybe will not be enough to convey that, but we can try. You know? The fact is that even the sense of being is itself perceived. Yeah. That's not to be dismissed, because it's through the sense of being that one awakens to one's eternal nature.
It feels like everything is just like an addition to already something that is. Or I don't know if addition is the right word. But
no, it's not the right word. In a sense, from the purest place, cannot be added onto. No? But it can somehow go in that realm where there is a feeling that in the growth realm, that I'm learning something more of this. So that aspect of ourself which is evolving. And as I said, that there will, as long as the body is here and the vital breath is there and consciousness is here, there will be the thought activity, there will be some functioning taking place. I would say more a continuous deepening, almost unending refining, a mystical refining, a deepening, a maturing taking place against a background of unchanging awareness. That is not something to work out ahead. As you somehow are experiencing the dissolution of the sense of identity and experiencing that there's no fear, well, mind may come and go, you are dissolving, and some fear may come. But this is your exercise to look and say, something is dissolving and the weakness of this dissolution is there. Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj said something of this nature. He says, I am that principle that witnessed the dissolution of the entire universe, yet I remain untouched. What he's speaking about is that capacity within any of us to say. Maybe the confidence, the faith, the direct experience has not yet flowered enough, but that truth exists in us. Isn't it?
Yeah, there's a knowingness when you say those words. There's just a
recognition happened there.
Yeah, just a
recognition. You see? So beautiful, 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 beautiful. He also says something. He says, I leave my human nature to unfold in accordance with its destiny. I remain as I am. What does it mean? There is that aspect of the self which is playing out as a person with its likes and dislikes and its tendencies. It says, I don't even put now energy to try and correct. I let that play out. I leave it to unfold according to the pattern of its destiny. I remain as I am. I am not that. He has not given any. Other people may tell him about that. He goes, oh, really? But that's not where he's at. Where are you at? You see? Sometimes we are at where our mind is at. We give a lot of, and it is good because we are constantly, in a way, we could at a more mature stage be constantly under surveillance by our own intelligence, looking.
Yes. There is attention that goes, that comes, that attention is also noticed. And now there's been more refinement that I am not the attention because I can see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then don't give too much energy in front. Then what remains from where even the confirmation that that is also seen, then enough of that. Now what is here? You see? You don't bring your mind to here. Let the mind is there. No? what is here, you see. And is that in a process of growing?
No, it's constant.
Is it worth discovering this?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What
I'd just
I
like
can...
to gift this to you.
Huh?
I'd just like to gift this to you.
When I'm coming out, you can come. I would like to say something that actually I'm just so deeply pleased by this season of satsang here. I'm pleased because of the quality of the interaction and the profundity that I've noticed of the anchoring into the self of quite a number of people who I had the privilege to see more up close. So I know that there are many more also. And this is not something I need imagine, because I take my indicator from the vibration field and from just a sensing, you see, of what company we're in. We're in our own company. We're in the a good state of elevation. Now I only want to ask you to continue to be with this, because I've said a number of times the storm will come. But particularly for those of you who have been throughout, and whether you're online or you're here, we have been with this. Something is ripening inside, of course. It's being nourished inside. And yes, maybe the storm already has come. And maybe it will come again in little ways. But don't feel, oh no, not again. No, let him come. He has more to show you. And look. And some subtle refinement may come. But what is really powerful to look at is that which remains unchanging in you. It's not cold, it's not dead, it's not sterile, it's not stiff, it's not stagnant. It is the life of life itself. The quintessence of all of this is your very own self. Not everyone is at that stage where this is easily graspable. And it may take time, be patient about that. That something continues to stabilize more deeply in your seeing. But my hunch and prayer, hope, and to some extent confirmation is that you cross over the line, so to speak. I'm using words like that, that appears to separate the personal self from the impersonal. I don't know if that is such a good example, but crossing over in terms of relating from the reference of consciousness and not from person. You follow like that? Yeah, because sometimes because of the impact and the charge of the mind, somehow like that, it will feel like we're pushed or compelled to go back for reference in the mind state and the person state. But what will happen is that it will become less and less tolerable for you to be in the weaker state. And that's a good sign. That's a good sign. And in some, no doubt will come. And if it comes, it cannot stay. It will be like that. So I just wanted to say those words that In my heart, I feel very happy for this time together here, and that there was always something in me that felt there cannot be so many genuine seekers. There cannot be. Maybe a half is plenty. A half of the number is plenty already. And if a quarter of those are so genuine as to find it, that is already tremendous. But day after day, I kept finding you here. And that is a beautiful observation for me. Because in my heart, I cannot block anyone from what it is. I don't want to say birthright, your life right to know. As much as there is within you that urge to discover, then I know I will not ever have to worry about you, because that power in you will see you through everything. So I give honor and praise to God and my master, and that in our time, because it is said in many places, this is a difficult age for spirituality. They call it the age of Kali Yuga, a very difficult age. And yet, the spirit of truth is not lessened, sometimes made even more potent, more powerful. So, I salute the presence in you that have endured this introspection time. It will continue by grace to strengthen you, even though at times it might feel that you come under the hammer and all hell break loose to try and sink the ship. You should take that if you're under attack by strong negative forces. You know why? Because you're really onto something that is the best in the universe. And you must and will overcome. Don't isolate yourself personally. Anyone who has felt in the heart that this is for them, the universe support your seeing. And it's not that you say, oh, sometimes somebody have said, I just feel like I'm just alone. I said, yes and no. You are alone as everything. And that's not a loneliness. That's love, actually. Because then you cannot be unkind intentionally to anybody, knowing that the same spirit of truth is their reality also, whether conscious or unconscious of it. So, thank you, everyone. Don't listen to the mind that tell you, oh, I didn't get my question answered, and listen to the mind that says, oh, you didn't finish it, and you. Yeah, stay in that bright awareness, and don't give so much importance to the mind. At one day, you're going to have to throw the whole thing out, meaning that all of its cunningness and ploy, you will transcend them. You will use whatever is practical for the practical life that continue, but not to be overwhelmed. Good. Thank you. when we were coming in, as I was walking in, someone was singing something, and it was, for a long time, it was a kind of anthem for us. You know? And it goes like this, some of you know. You are always in my heart, never shall we be apart. I am always in your heart, never shall we be apart. Om Namah Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. 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 It is done, it is done. Hallelujah, it is done. It is done, it is done. Hallelujah, it is done. You are always in my heart, never shall we be apart. I am always in your heart, never shall we be apart. Om Namah Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. 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 It is done, it is done. Hallelujah, it is done. It is done, it is done. Hallelujah, it is done. You are always in my heart, never shall we be apart. I am always in your heart, never shall we be apart. Om Namah Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Shri Sadguru Ramana ki Jai. Papa Ji ki Jai. Shri Buddha ki Jai. Shri Christ ki Jai. Shri Krishna ki Jai. Shri Nandamai Ma ki Jai. Shri Yogi Ram Surat Kumar ki Jai. Shri Nisargadatta Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Ram ki Jai. Shri Ganga ki Jai. Sahaja ki Jai. Moojibaba ki I want to. Спасибо. Я люблю тебя. I want to say something that before the beginning of this season, many beings came here to prepare this hall, to prepare the space, so much work and to set up this place. And from Mantisahaja and from the volunteers from the Sangha around the world, they came here. And an amazing team has come together to make it possible for us to have experienced the satsangs here in the way that we have done. So I would just like one thing, to just ask you to sit down, but those who have been on the team, many of them not visible, many people are also still translating the talks each day in the translation room. And now I want to say that just to show appreciation for all the people who came to make this, could you stand up, the ones who have been here for me? Thank you. I would also like to, we thought about this because so many people, so many teams also were formed to actually, from experience, to make things flow for everyone. And I don't want to go through many names because I always forget somebody, and it's not. And we don't need to do that also, just to highlight some. Also, I would say that I want to introduce you to the one who actually organized the whole of this India season, and that is Pranjali. Where are you, Pranjali? Where is she? Come here. Here she is. This one is organized this place. And she they work on a team with Nihal is here and Sarina maybe? Huh? They are translating and things at the moment. But I want to put, because they have worked non-stop also to put this thing on. Nihal also there. Where is he there? Yes. Oh, he's right here, this one behind. And I would like to point out two other people. I could just go on like this, but right here in India, who really, we have many of our friends here in India who continue each year to support Satsangs being here in India like that. We cannot begin to name them. But one who is always here and always really on the phone, always present with us. I know that, Chaitanya, can you stand up, please? It really would not be possible without them to, yes, I could have come, many of us would have been here, but their excellence and their heart make so much possible, and thank you so much. And can I just also call up Shri? And I want,
Good morning, everyone.
We want to also acknowledge all the online participants around the world. I wanted to say that I have many letters that came, but because of the drive inside the room each day, we did one session where I endeavored to answer the questions. I thought I'd done all of them. I was told no, I hadn't done all of them at all. So I will continue, and I'll find a space to address as many of these questions that were sent in by online participants. We have many of them here, but more I hear is coming. So that we'll do, and we will also put that online when that takes place. And I also would like to say a big namaste to all the Sangha groups around the world who came together to experience this season of Rishikesh Satsangs around the world. So great love for you and like this. Thank you. So as I said, one of the most difficult things was to say, wow, where would we begin to really put attention and to say thank you to the teams and so on? Because I said, better we just said just to the team for this year, 2020 in Rishikesh. Everyone that has worked here, many of you have met many of them. You've seen their warmth. You've been touched by their love, their courtesy, their giving, and their presence. So thank you, all of you. God bless you. Very good. So until next time, inshallah. Love you, love you, love you. And, thank you.
May your light continue to spread further and wider. All this happens by your glory.
Guruji, we have a song for you.
You do?
Yes.
Ah.
Moojibaba, dhanyavad. Moojibaba, dhanyavad. Moojibaba, dhanyavad. Moojibaba, dhanyavad.
Moojibaba, dhanyavad. Moojibaba, dhanyavad. Moojibaba, dhanyavad.
Moojibaba, dhanyavad. Moojibaba, dhanyavad. Moojibaba, dhanyavad. Moojibaba, dhanyavad. Moojibaba, dhanyavad. Moojibaba, dhanyavad. Moojibaba, dhanyavad.
Thank you, Mooji.
Thank you so much.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।
They go together very well.
Thank you.
Love you, Guruji.
I love you, Mooji.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Praise God. Evaristo Police.
Спасибо. Люблю очень. Please manage me.
Yes. This is my deepest.
Love you, Mooji.
Love you.
Спасибо, Гуруджи. Спасибо. Моя.
Careful. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Babaji. Спасибо, Гуруджи.
Спасибо, мама.
Дорогой мой. Люблю тебя.
Okay.
Спасибо всей команде. Спасибо, Гуруджи. Огромный низкий поклон. Давай. У вас всех.
Another one? Ah, this one. Whoa. Oh, there's two there.
Thank you so much. That's from my wife. That's from my wife. She was not able to make it. So thank you very much for blessing me.
This is for my husband. This is for my husband.
Go, 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 go.
Close, 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 please. Easy, 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 easy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why is he pushing like that?
Yes, stop pushing.
This man is...
Jayadeva. Shall I get down? He's pushing there.
No, this man is going there, he's pushing like...
Love you, Moojibaba. Love you.
Thank you, Mooji, for you and my heart. I love you. Thank you.
Moji, bless you.
Namah Shivaya. One cream one here, nice one. Nice and delicious.
Baba.
Moojibaba there.
Thank you.
Mooji, touch my inner glass. I am Salim Baba. Before 5 years, I am meeting with you. You remember me? I last time. I remember me. I lunch with you and my friend is Bangalore is Feroz Bhai. Feroz. I meet you, Feroz. So you touch my in glass and out glass.
Okay, good.
Eh?
Okay, Baba.
Thank you. I last day I come. Actually, you invite me. I coming. Can you?
Babaji, Babaji, Babaji. Thank you. Babaji. 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 Babaji.
Babaji, for you, this gift for you.
Babaji.
Blessing for you. I want your blessing.
Yes.
Inner blessing.
Babaji.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'm not fishing.
Yeah, yes, once okay.
No.
Yeah.
Just need this for you. Last time that one was, I think that was slightly.
Thank you, Mala. I can try it on.
It will fit you. Love.
I love it, Mooji. Very nice. Just like your Bhagwan is Moojibaba. Pure. I love it, Bhagwan.
मोदी भगवान की
जय। So much love. So much love. Mooji has so much love, without any condition, but I love. Mooji is love. Mooji is coming India, India for you, ever, forever. I am lawyer, understand? Ever is come, no problem.
Babaji, we love you, Babaji. Love you, Babaji.
Love you.
Love you, Baba.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is very perfect.
Thank you so much.
Have a tea.
For the fragrance you bring into our life.
Let's show them and them.
Yes, of course, Guruji, it's all yours.
Wow!
For the online participants.
Thank you. Я люблю тебя. Спасибо, спасибо. Thank you, all of you who have really been with us via internet, and we just want to let you know that you're always here. We never felt you to be apart from this season of Satsang. I want to send you my love and blessing that, you know, the essence of what has been shared, that find a place inside your heart and never leave, so that your life continue to flourish in the truth. God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. Hallelujah, amen. Thank you. Love you.